Okay. Hi, VOD viewers. Give me just a minute. I will do the announcements. How are you doing, VOD viewers? You're the first ones to hear me. You think it's the people who are watching live, but actually it's you. There's no one's watching this right now live. Shut up, me. I think this is all good. Software. Streaming. C++ Woho. And then I'll do this as well. Streaming. C++ Woho. Alright. Now let's crack on before we get too in the weeds. I need to sneeze. Sorry. Oh god. Horrible. Oh dear. Alright. Okay. First thing I want to do is tie our debug menu to some hotkeys, so I'm just going to really quickly do that. Nothing fancy at all. We're just going to go into game. We're going to find the bit where we're doing imGUI. And then somewhere we're doing input manager. Easy. Hey Donut. How you doing, buddy? Can you hear me over the fucking Tohos? I'll lower this a little bit. I'm just literally just started, and I thought I'm just gonna crack out some quick wins. So I am just going to have a doesn't matter for debug purposes, I guess. For now, I will just have a part of the registry. Boolean in the registry is not that much more expensive than a static Boolean, right? It's obviously not going to be the same, but scratches your butt. Hey, Small, how you doing? I'll show you what we did off stream on Friday in a moment. I need to kind of remember how this works. This is Donut's thing. I don't need to touch this input manager. Somewhere we had a action responder system. Here we go. If just pressed attack. Here we go. So I'm just gonna have some key. I don't know. How about escape? I don't think we're using escape for anything. Probably. Let's see. If we've just pressed escape, then I'm going to say somewhere in here we're using the registry. Context. No? Okay. Actually, are we using game in here? I can maybe just use it. No, we're not. Somewhere I think you're surely using game. Hello, Nelson. How are you doing? Let's just use the registry. It's fine. I've got my sleeves on. Typing's gonna fucking suck. Alright, whatever. How has everyone's weekend been? How do I store just a regular ass fucking Boolean in here? I thought you could do that. Do I need to make a special type for that? Fuck it. We'll have some static. Was it Woho? What's our namespace? Is it just Woho? How about show debug menu equals whatever. We'll work this out in a moment. Actually, we have a class somewhere, don't we? Game. Welcome here. Use of undeclared identifier. I guess you don't have access to it. Hey Bowser. What on earth are you typing? You're building a 3D simulation GIS app? What is a GIS app? Using Qt and OpenGL, where you render terrain from DEM data. What is DEM data? And place satellite textures on top. I want to know how you can improve the terrain rendering quality and make it smooth or realistic. I'm not an LLM. I cannot answer that. There's a Sebastian, maybe you've seen it, Sebastian Lang? How do you pronounce his name? He has a video where he does something like that. Have you seen it? Have you watched? Is that Sebastian Lang? How do you spell it? Lau? Was it Earth? Have you seen this? Because this sounds basically like what you're doing. Maybe you've already watched this series. He's going to explain anything better than me. How can you make it look more smooth or realistic without adding heavy stuff like shadows or complex LOD systems? We're putting a flood simulation system. I'm not the right person to talk to. I'm sorry. I'm not a 3D graphics engineer. Improve the terrain rendering quality. I could not tell you. Without heavy stuff like shadows or complex LOD systems. Yeah, I would have assumed some LOD thing would have been the first place to look. But you don't want to have level of detail at all. I'm guessing you want to render stuff close to you better than stuff far away. It depends what the purpose of your program is. If it's for if it's for your work in the government, maybe I'm not the right person to ask. If it's for a game, if you want something to look realistic, you want to throw like fog and stuff in there. Like, it's not horrifically expensive, but there's ways to mess around with it. Some kind of basic atmosphere estimation isn't the right word, but something looks a bit like an atmosphere, so when you stare at something over the horizon, it looks realistic. And stuff fades into the distance. I don't know. I'm not the right person to ask. Does Java, Kotlin, whatever, use uppercase statics even when they're mutable? I just always do. Just how I've always done it. I guess we're not including game here. A shame. I feel like context is probably the right way to put this. In our components, do we have like some settings component? Or something like game globals or something, I don't remember. Obviously we have local player. None of this is it. Why do I feel like I have so few components? Is this really it? Make a struct for game settings and make a context variable like you're about to do it first. Yeah, I'll just do that. I kind of assumed I had a settings, but I guess maybe player has that for now. Let me have just look just for a moment in our game. I thought somewhere we had some basic settings screen. We had the console commands, I guess. This is what I'm thinking of, maybe. In which case, let's just use console commands. We don't need to constantly have structs for these sorts of things, do we? You can just have a console command that's like toggle. We have toggle max FPS, all this stuff. In fact, this is even... We can move the stuff from the setting screens already to the ImGUI. Oh, hang on, these are structs already. Okay. Well, it's probably nice to have it as this console command. Toggle debug UI GUI, whatever. Toggle debug GUI. These, I feel like maybe these could have been anonymous functions. Aren't you going to need a GUI boolean somewhere anyway that your GUI code can check? I think we're out of sync here. Oops. I guess it can be true for now. Command just toggles the ball. Yeah, I figured if I've already made this sort of console command system, I should make use of it, right? Because I think this sets precedent for the future, right? And at some point, maybe I'll extract all this stuff somewhere else. Because this is obviously a little stupid. Anyway, console commands. How do I use this again? Do I have a easy way to use this? Send console message. System, send console message. How am I using that? Oh. Easy enough. Okay, and I want to do this in action responder. This is nice and abstract. Are we both having a separate system for console variables? Oh yeah. Sure. Phone commands and CVARs. What's wrong? What have I done? Can I convert argument 1 from... Oh? You're not a command, I guess. Hang on, what are my console commands then? Your context variables. Hang on a moment. What have I missed? I feel like it's something very basic. Let's have a look. If I get rid of you, are you happy? Is it just some... I'm including something incorrectly, maybe? No viable conversion from toggle debug GUI to command. How are you working? You're simply a struct called show continue menu. I'm missing something obvious and I don't know what it is. Do I need to list you somewhere? Oh, variant. Okay, it makes sense. Fixed it. This is a little messy. But fine. I can't use enums because enums in this language can't have functions, right? They're just integers. I'd have to use an enum class. I'm sure there's some way to manage them. Use Chen. Alright, anyway, game and then in GUI. Easy enough. I don't know if I need to do something explicitly to clear it or if this is chill. Simple version would be to have a context variable struct dedicated to just CVAR so you can iterate with template magic and generate user casic commands. At some point, let's not overthink it. Okay, escape is not working. In fact, I can no longer interact with it at all. Something's wrong. I guess escape was a stupid idea, by the way. I should change it to F1 or something. I don't know if I'm using this for something. I need to sneeze again. When you want to read or write them in actual code, you can skip the whole command system and access them directly. Sure. Let's not overthink things for now. What's going wrong in here in my game? Bless you, streamer. Thank you. Maybe I need to do the new frame thing. Alright, what's going on? Maybe this new frame thing clears. Everything? I don't know. Probably need to remove this from wherever we're interacting with things too. Okay, this is not really working either. Okay, I can't interact with it when I press F1. But it doesn't clear it. That's annoying. Maybe there's an Ingui... Clear? Delete? Clean? Wipe? Wall? Clear? How does this work? This music's good. Can you hear it okay? Maybe I just do new frame and empty. You have to call new frame every time. That makes sense. Oh, in which case I can remove that and redo this a little bit in a second. Let's just see if it works. Yeah, look at that. Now you can toggle it on and off and on and off and on and off. So I've already got something for this debug overlay. I think I can just delete that now. Alright, what were you talking about? You know, okay, fine. Let's just crack on, shall we? Honestly, I don't think this can I, is it gonna let me do this on one line? No, he's angry because he's got no whatever, he cares. Okay, somewhere I've got debug overlay, right? Draw debug overlay. So I was already using this for something. To show FPS and hitboxes. I'm just gonna nuke it. We don't need this anymore. Toggle debug overlay. I guess you were using this to draw it. That's fair. That makes a lot of sense actually. Maybe I should reuse it for this. I don't know. I think having a big settings thing in context isn't a terrible idea, honestly. It feels kind of weird to have all these things as separate components instead of just one with a big boolean. The CVAR tip wasn't about future extensibility. Yeah, but you're still introducing new work, right? If this worked, then that would have been it, basically. The only work is writing a struct. Let's have a look. A simple thing would be to have a context variable struct for just CVARs. What was that again? Just console variables that you iterate with template magic. That bit I can't do. Generate user-facing commands for in the future. Because like what you're suggesting there is like do something you don't know how to do yet. So I'll have to look that up, and then this wasn't really going to be the focus for today's stream. It's been 20 minutes. I was just going to spend 5 minutes on this while people were joining. That was part of the in the future part. Alright, fine. Oh lord. So much for 5 minutes. I was just literally going to write some fucking static booleans somewhere and move on with my life, but that's fine. I don't care. Okay. Fine. Fine. I'll come up with a better name later. And then in here I'll have show debug GUI. How about that for now? I can just get rid of this. Devars, I don't know. Let's have a look. I can have some better function for finding these. But this will do for now. Because you're not writing the static keyword, it's technically less work. You're being facetious, don't it? This isn't good for you. Do I need to pre-initialize these as false, or are they pre-initialized already? Answer me this. Riddle me this, Batman. Safer to add false. Awesome. Come on now. Okay, that's fine. CVARs. Dude, I love Toho Project. I might rename that to shows debug UI. Something about GUI is not something I'm excited for. I feel like I'm not going to keep the FPS thing on that corner. It's kind of annoying. For you? You're going to be hidden for now. I think I'm going to move you to MGUI. Is there initialized as long as you create the struct with blah blah blah, but if you get them, they're not initialized at all. Yeah, let's not touch that. Let's be sensible. Where am I going? Here. You, settings screen. I'm afraid you're going to be fucking wiped from orbit. Goodbye, to-do. I'll leave the full screen thing in there for now, just to add something, just to feel something, you know? And then what was the other one? Draw, debug, UI? Oh, show, debug, GUI. You. Logic, come back here. I need to remember to add this CVARs thing as well. Hang on a moment. Let me think for a moment. Isn't there a get or? You return a bool? Guess not. Let's just say const. Oh, it doesn't want to be const. Auto CVARs equals this. And then we're just gonna say now will this work? How is my amalgamation today? I'm okay. I went to the gym. Had lunch at like a cafe. Went to the supermarket. Now I'm here. It's 9 o'clock. I don't know where the day went. How are you, Bowser? Hope this works. Goodbye, Boolean. Nice knowing you. Sorry, is it because you've got a different name? There we go. Cool. Become const. The only case where you wouldn't put an explicit initializer on a struct field is if you know you're going to put a trillion of them in an array and fill them out later, like a GPU vertex. Okay, so that's like a niche thing. Oh, he's angry at me. I do need to remember to put CVARs in the lad. Oh, you're complaining because Variant's missing someone, aren't you? You remember where Variant is? Alright, somewhere he's upset. Where am I initializing this stuff anyway? Hang on. Registry complex and place level state, we got that. Let's also remember to put CVARs in. At some point we can load this shit from a fucking file or something. Anyway, is that just in components? CVARs. He's angry at me. You do exist in this variant. Is there somewhere I am iterating over the variant? Yes. See you. You're working in the morning, then fighting Shellbait Griffin for most of the day. Oh wow. How many KC are you getting per hour? I thought it was a pretty mid-level Slayer boss. He's still angry at me. I wish you'd tell me exactly where in the code you were angry at me. There's gotta be just like a comma is missing or something. You want me to iterate over console commands? Oh wait, I don't want you to be a console command, do I? Yeah, we can get out of there. You figured out how to get color output from the compiler so you can find the errors easier. We don't have color? I haven't been noticing. I thought it's just some plugin for VS Code. I think we have that at work. How about instead of send console message? Oh, well, okay. Game toggle debug. There you go. I'm actually gonna get rid of this stuff too. Oh, well, toggle massive, that's... Well... We'll think about that in a moment. Yep. Chocolat? You're 530 KC. Are you going for something in particular? Or is it decent Slayer XP an hour? You've already got the poly, right? Okay. Be nice to make this into a tab system. Writing this to vscode.settings.json. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. You've... Hang on a moment. Are you a set, or are you... What's wrong? You're expecting an array. Yeah, okay. So, something like this? I don't know the syntax off the top of my head. Do you count as a... Have to use square brackets? Maybe? There we go. Yeah, I got it, dude, don't worry. A lot commonly it's pretty garbage about the pet. Oh, is there like a little griffin pet? Oh. Why am I so sneezy? What happened? I hope I'm not getting sick, chap. Is this about shit at OC yesterday? The pet's called Gull. That's nice. Like a little seagull. Oh, what? Let me think for a second. Maybe I'm just cold. I don't know. We can get rid of this Imgui demo now. I would like to know in Imgui how to make a like tabbed system like you showed me, Donut. One sec. I mean, I'm also just going to Google it while I'm at it. Imgui tab. Tab system implementation. Just in case you want your modular implementation of tabs. This looks pretty good. Needs STL. That's okay. Maybe there's one already implemented, because that's from 2017. Tab module for Imgui. This is from 9 years ago. I'm guessing they've added this since. Was this merged? It was closed. If Imgui begin tab bar blah. That's it. And how do I make it stick to the screen instead of being floaty? Or that was an option with setting up Imgui, right? Like one of these was like Imgui options, right? I think I'm not really using any options right now, but somewhere you could set it to be like floating and some... Oh, this isn't it. And sometimes you can get it to like stick to the side, which I'm fine with. If begin tab item. Okay, let's just try that for now and then see. Add tab item and tab bar. Okay, let's see how this looks. Game. If Imgui, what did you say? Show tab bar or begin tab bar? Begin tab bar. And I will call this debuzz, for example. No, this tab bar is going to be like set debug. Let's call it that for now. So if we're showing a debug screen, or if we're rendering the debug screen, then we have if Imgui tab button. What did you call it? Tab item. It's called CVAS. This will be where I put this. This will be where I put the like player stuff. I guess we don't want the Imgui begin and end. This is making me think of fucking work. Not my current work, but my old work. For you, I need you to do this. Oh. I've missed something. I will extract all this nonsense. Because this is messy. Probably should have this the other way around. I think that's correct. So in here, I'm gonna have I'm gonna put the FPS in here as well, and I'm gonna have a button to toggle like full screen and all that stuff. Let's do that. What was it? If I think I'm already using a button, right? It's just if imgui and then the name of the button, right? Yeah. Toggle. Full screen. Toggle FPS. Oh, actually, this will just be some text. I think it's useful to have the FPS just visible. I'll just pop it in for now. What's wrong? Okay. What? No. Do you have like a to C string? Yeah, you do. Oh, that's not what you want? Okay, you don't want that. It wants to be a char pointer, right? Do you have like a to... It's char pointer? I guess mgui is a... C library. How do you find it weird that you can't convert from a standard string to a char pointer? Oh, I don't remember the best way to convert between those. C-string should work. Yeah, I thought it would. Why was it angry at me? It's not a string literal. What do you mean fix available? Treat the string as an argument to avoid this. It copies the string anyway, so it's safe. This is weird to me. But okay. We'll work out the FPS thing in a moment. Oh, they actually have like a formatting thing built in, huh? Okay, well, whatever. Maybe. I don't know. It's a formatting string, not a string. Oh! Do I not need to do this FMT format? Should I be doing this instead? Is this using the new C++ string formatting stuff? I need to sneeze again. Oh god, I'm sorry. I don't know where this has all come from. I've been fine today. And then... I'm guessing instead of an S, you're going to be like a fucking... Did you? I don't remember the syntax for this. Do you work with as well? Make it safe for any arbitrary string. You should do what's suggested in new %s, but yeah, in this case, might well use format. Yeah, this is fine. If I do capital D, can I pass in this? No. It is percent F. Okay. I'll work that out in a moment. This isn't a big deal. Toggle hitbox view. I imagine I'll be using the C-bars in here. Yeah, the precision thing, yeah. I was just gonna have a look and just print exactly what we're doing now. Alright, so this is just temporary. I've just put something in there for fun. Isn't the FPS, and then forget about it. Don't think about it. It doesn't matter for now. There was hitbox and there was something else. Max FPS. Oh, I can use that tabbed view, right? For the max FPS. That would be cool. I know I just deleted that from my MGUI demo, but I'm just going to quickly Google this. MGUI tabbed buttons. What was it called? There was a way to do this that I've just forgotten. What was it called? I just fucking deleted this shit. Game. Here we go. Somewhere in here I have my demo, right? This thing. Element. This thing. Slide it in. This is really cool. I think this is correct. Was it a list box? I think it's a slider in. I think it's this stuff. I think I do it like this. So my elements are actually somewhere I've got my FPS values, max FPS list. I'm hoping I can just use my vector of floats FPS list. Okay, I don't think any of this is necessary. Toggle max. I don't want a drop down style, no. LM name. Hang on a moment. What did you look? You're just... How do you find it? LM is the currently selected thing. Okay. So you need to be... max FPS list. Max FPS 8. What's wrong, little guy? This box is kind of dropped down. I don't want to use a drop down. Alright, you're going to become an int. Welcome to int town, little guy. Now are you happy? Now you are. Max FPS list. You're probably angry because you're Why are you angry? Cannot initialize a parameter of type const char star with an L value of type float. Oh. Oh, you need to be... You need to be a string for this list, so it doesn't do implicit conversions. Okay. Can I just do SD string? Is there like a from int? Okay, maybe I can just construct a string out of whatever's in there. Probably not how this works, though. I would like a way to do this programmatically instead of just having a second thing with the name. That's what they've done here. They've got LM's name. I don't really want to do that. Kind of hoping there was a way I could just implicitly convert between string and int for the labels. My toes are a little wild. What's an easy way to do this? What are you expecting? Format. Char pointer format. Oh. How about this then? Something like this? I don't know the exact syntax. Think of it in a second. Something like this. And then I can do... What is the type of a format? Const char pointer? Are you happy with that? I feel like this is not it. You kind of get what I'm trying to do, right? Because it's asking for a const char pointer. So I'm gonna maybe do std string like this, and then like cstr. No, it hates that. You're a list of floats, so I kind of thought you'd be okay with that. Remember that window closing bug you were demoing? Apparently it's just an issue with recent imgui. As soon as you reverted it back to the version you would use, it started working again. Oh. Hang on, if I just pass in 1.f, do you work? No, what's wrong with you, little guy? You're a vector of float, and I'm passing in an int to get an element of you. And I'm just using you to write in a label. You're angry with me because I'm... What are you trying to do? I want to have 4 buttons, or however many, based on these FPS things. I like to have them in like a little slider. And I would like it so it can automatically convert between this float into the C string that slider int is expecting. See? Perhaps I could use some other method. But I was thinking, if it's looking for a const char format to go in, and the example code simply had a const char array. I don't know if that's what you call that, but you know. Slider gives it the current value automatically, so you just put in the formatting string without giving it a value. So it's just that. What's wrong? Maybe I just need to build. Maybe he's upset. What's wrong? Is it not size? What are you expecting? Element count. We find cubicle another perspective has violated systematically. That's a fucking Toho song. And then it sounds like this. Yeah. Why are you angry at me? How about you just become a 5 for now? Now you're happy. So tell me why 5 minus 1 is unhappy, little guy. Just static cast it in. I'm wondering why it's... Is it just because it's going from size t minus 1? Is that it? What a stupid language. Oh, I guess it's more the checker. ridiculous. Okay. What's wrong, little guy? Now you're angry, huh? Toggle max FPS? You hate this. Size T to int becomes size T. Yeah. This is very annoying. I specifically changed this to int just because that graphics framework requires it to be an int, and now it's breaking everywhere that is expecting it to be a size T. Oh lord. It's so silly it can't just convert between them for this sort of thing, but it makes sense. Just a silly little language. For a silly little guy. Alright, oh, I'm just defaulting tick rate to this. Min frame rate, max frame rate this. Weird, so when it's on 0, the min frame rate is... Max frame rate is 0 and the min is 1. That's funny. Okay, well anyway. How does this look already? I've kind of lost mental track of what we were doing. Cast it at the GUI call site. Is it fine with that? Hey, look at this. Debug menu. If I make it small, it's big for you, but small for me. Doesn't this look very, like, programmy? Obviously, the FPS is just 1. That's not quite true, but... Alright, your label idea was wrong. Whatever you said. I don't think that was quite correct. Toggle hitbox view is not doing anything yet. Toggle full screen. Does work. That's cool. Let's have a look. You are not working, obviously. You want to be a reference, maybe. Didn't let it... Yeah, you're right. I don't like that. You'll be size T. Welcome back, little guy. You're a size T again. How's it feel? I think you're wrong about this, but I'm not certain. I'm gonna double check it in a second. Can I convert from size T pointer to int? Sorry, what are you expecting again? A pointer, right? Or just... You don't like that? You think that you'd static cast it to int pointer and that would static cast it to int pointer, huh? I need to sneeze. Surely a pointer is a pointer. This is just complicating things, isn't it? What was wrong with it before? You didn't like this, the type that was in here. Are you sure you don't like it? Maybe you can just deal with it. No, you can't. How about I do it like this? The other way. Reference to whatever this resolves to. Maybe you're happy with that. Oh, it hates it. This doesn't resolve an L fucking value at all. I see what you're doing now. Why were you giving... What? Isn't there another slider type that lets you specify discrete steps? Like, let me Google this. ImGUI slider in. I can use slider float. I don't know if that's really better here. It's more correct, I guess. MGUI slider float. Oh, they're using it for an FOV as well, actually. Oh, maybe I'm over worrying about this. Where are we? Hey, that should be in an if. I've just googled this, by the way. They're using it for something similar. I don't exactly know how they've written this. Let's have another look for a different example. Why does googling MGUI slider float not just bring up their fucking documentation? Maybe there's no documentation. That would make some sense. They've got pointer to some FOV thing. I mean, mine would be pointer to max FPS in it. Which immediately it's angry about because it's fucking not actually the value of max FPS. So how about we don't need this iterator at all? We let the library deal with that. So I'm just going to have float max FPS setting. I'm just going to call it something like this. Equals max FPS list 0. It doesn't matter. Let's redo this stuff a little bit. Something like this. Don't need this. Max FPS setting. Toggle max FPS. Instead of being toggle, you're going to be a set max FPS. You're going to take a float, max FPS, and then you're just going to say, oh, set frame rate parameters. You don't even need any of this. Max FPS. You go here, and you get rid of this, max FPS list, blah, 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 blah. You pass in a set frame rate parameters with the PS max setting. And then we just delete this slot. Life's done. Easy life. What are you typing? The documentation is mgui.header. If you use go to declaration instead of go to definition, you can see it more easily. Oh, hang on, I've missed, say, something? Ampersand? The fuck do you mean ampersand requires L value? This one? Am I missing an ampersand somewhere? Where is this ampersand you're talking? Oh no, he's not real. He's complaining about this place where we got rid of the toggle max FPS thing. We're gonna get rid of it here, get rid of it here. Get rid of it here. No longer need to handle our own toggle thing because we're now using a graphics library to do it. How awesome. A bit annoying because control clicking takes you to the definition, which is a C++ file without any documentation. Okay, that's good advice. Thank you. Yeah, here we go. This is a case of I should have let the graphics library decide how I do stuff. This isn't quite what I wanted. This is obviously toggle hitbox view isn't working. I need to fix this FPS. You can't see it. I need to fix this to work. And obviously this slider isn't quite doing what I want. Although then again, it's kind of good enough, isn't it? How about instead of 0 to 30 to 90, it's going to be... No, I did want the discrete buttons, but who gives a shit? We'll just do... Because this is probably what we use in game, I reckon. Good question. Why did I just delete that from the setting screen? Ah, we'll rewrite it in the future. It shouldn't have been a button in the first place. This is fun. I'll just set it to 0.f for now. 360 is fine. This is fine. You're clearly not doing much, are you? So hitboxes is 1, and then we need to fix the FPS drawing, which was in draw debug, render deep. I hate that I call this stuff render instead of draw. Did you make me do that, or did I do this? Tell me now. You are not it. This is it. And you aren't being used. Let's see. Maybe I can just directly pop this in. Oh, we could also put the player wards in it, I guess. Why not? Maybe? Why not? Oh. I need to go blow my nose. I'll be right back in a minute. Think about what you've done. What if I... Because this is not what I wanted to do in this stream. It's been an hour. I was going to do some like fun stuff. I do not give a shit about what we're doing right now. So let's just crack on with it. I think we already have the local player, don't we? Whatever. Maybe not. You're using it though, aren't you? No. You're doing this for some reason. I don't know why. I don't care. This. Let's do this. Maybe this is why I've got a headache. I'm just like ill. You didn't find one. Yeah, okay. Doesn't matter. Don't spend any time thinking about this. Where are you meant to come from? I just need to include you? It was weird to me that game wouldn't have it. Are you a static or something? You have to tell me if you're a static. No, this isn't it. Game is the application. Oh, I'm stupid. I thought application might be one level above. Great. What's wrong? It's assigned int? Okay, welcome to int town, buddy. I wonder how this is going to render. This is going to be really hard to read. Isn't it unsigned? Oh yeah. Is it sent you? Maybe? In terms of formatting this, I can never remember the syntax for this. I really can never. Is it even something you could do with C strings? I don't remember. Percent U, I mean that's what I wrote, isn't it? Besides it's D, decimal not in. Decimal not double, okay. Hey, the FPS counter is working. Not that you can see it. Here you go. And the player XY is being drawn. And honestly, I don't mind the precision. I kind of don't care. It's being updated way too quick for it to matter anyway. Doesn't this look like a video game? Like having this information on the screen. If I make it big, obviously it's like this to me. This is cool, right? Oh, the toggle will hit. I just needed to make a reference this one. Wow, look at that. Amazing. Crack up the max FPS. Let's restart. Running indeed at 480 ish. And I can crack it all the way down to 30. Like a game with a debug overlay. It does, doesn't it? Isn't that handy? I mean, I guess it's okay for it to be detached. I don't really care. Isn't this cool? Fucking treasure mice just spawning on top of you like that. They're going crazy. Eat all of them up. Goodbye, treasure mice. I've given myself a huge hitbox. This is problematic. I will give myself a tiny hitbox now. Good luck. Now, I will be honest. I did kind of like having the FPS always visible on the screen. I could always make it its own little menu. Just permanently in the top right or something. There's nothing stopping me. Oh yeah, isn't that neat? Also, you guys can't see the FPS very well anymore, unless I make the screen small. This is neat. I also think HDR might have broken something. Whatever. Anyway, that was my quick 5-minute task, so we successfully stretched that shit out to an hour and 9 minutes. I know I don't know if I have time today to do what I wanted to do, so thanks. Whatever. Let me think for a moment. Oh, that's weird. Game FPS counter as an option for the user. Yeah, sure. Let's do that much later. I don't care right now. I wanted to, again, like I don't think I have the time now, so that's awesome. I wanted to start writing some very basic enemy AI, like super basic, like, you know, if there's players nowhere nearby, just meander around, and if the players nearby, shoot at it, and, you know, just stuff like that. Idle. And then I wanted to have a very basic, like, weapon switching thing. So I was gonna have it so you had, quite literally just for now, just to clone Nuclear Throne's implementation. So draw a sprite that like rotates around the player with your mouse, and then shoot that. So I wanted to experiment between having like the predicted weapon gun firing and the non-predicted one. And I will say, like, I've experimented now a little bit. I've run around. On Friday, we were fucking around with stuff. So if you've noticed the game looking smooth as you move around, good job, because the stream shouldn't be picking that up. But on my screen, this looks really nice and smooth now. In the past, the background was not... Or the camera wasn't interpolated properly, so it looked like a smudgy mess, and I complained about it before. Maybe this looks okay on stream, because it's actually a 60 FPS stream. But, you know, go back and look at the older VOD. This grass was hard to look at. And now you can actually, like, see it as I move around, maybe. But yeah, don't shoot me. I should give myself more health. I experimented with, like, different ways of firing with Donut, and I like this one right now. Can you see my mouse? Yeah. See, if I track this tree, if I move around it, the bullet always hits the tree. That's using our, like, predicted firing system that some of the enemies could use to always hit you, even if you were, as long as you were moving in, like, a predictable motion. But as a result of this, the bullet kind of breaks physics a bit. Like, if I hold perfectly up and shoot to the right, the bullet kind of looks like it's curving a little bit. And likewise, if I move forwards, the bullet looks like it's going really quick, and if I move back, it looks like it's moving a little slow. Which is just a little weird, but whatever. My point being that, like, if I'm still, the bullet will always hit your cursor, which you can't really see, so one of my other jobs was to write a cursor sprite, something basic. But if you start moving, you see that the bullet, like, never hits the cursor, or rarely. Assuming you're moving perpendicular to it. If you're moving with it, obviously it's fine, but... My point being, like, if you were to track this tree perfectly now, your bullets will always hit it. Whereas before, this was not true. Like, you could track a target and it would miss. So my point furthermore being, like, if I spawn in a bunch of treasure mice, if you click on it and press the shoot button, your bullet will hit it. Like, it will work out the angle based on your linear motion or whatever. You can get surprisingly accurate bot AI by just having a state enum. Yeah, I know. I like... I don't want to say I like AI, because people are going to assume that means I like flop. I like artificial intelligence in the old-fashioned sense of, like, pretending something is smart. So, like, having a state machine run around doing tasks. I find that stuff really fascinating, so it's something I've thought about a fair bit. But indeed, yeah. You can have bots just sort of wander around aimlessly, and they look pretty good. And you can have cones of view and fuzzy logic as to when they start and stop following the player. Like, for now, none of that. Just basics. The most basic thing I'm going to do is make him shoot way fucking slower. Because right now this is insane. Shot speed 5. I don't want to actually be hit by you again. Easy. Let me just think for just a second, because this is annoying. What do I want to do? Do I want to do the enemy eye or the weapon switching thing? Let's start with the cursor, because that should be easy. I just want to draw a sprite over the cursor. It doesn't need to be an actual cursor sprite for now. Just any texture. I might have something. I might even already have a sort of cursor-looking texture somewhere I can just use. You can aim with a Pokeball or something. Aim with the hitbox, maybe. I could just do that for now. Just to have something easier to see on the screen, you know. I have this bullets.png, this old bullets.png. How about this? We have a cursor for now. It's going to be one of these. Let's say it's the very top left to just keep life easy. So, what am I doing? Asset manager? I want to have a texture for the cursor. Solo animation cursor. And this is going to be in textures. What was it? Textures / enemies / bullet. And I think it's... I'm just making this up. I think it's 16 by 16. And it's not... What was the third value? Frame rate. Need to sneeze again. There's no animation. And frame count is 1, so I mean none of this matters. So there's our, that's not how you spell cursor, there's our cursor. Now how is this bullet 4x4 being used? Show me, game. We have an animation component somewhere. So somewhere I want to keep track of a... How is smoke particle used? You're just being drawn in many places. Load animation from row. I guess we could do this as well. Well, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, how are you being used? It's just a component, and I think any component with a animation and a transform gets drawn, right? Is that true? I think that was true, wasn't it? Okay, who's he talking? This is not relevant. For now, I think this is fine. Whatever I've got in here is okay. We have some cursor. So... Draw HUD? Render HUD? I guess. And then I'm just gonna draw this cursor. Asset manager dot cursor. I guess I'll call it cursor sprite. Animation, whatever. Now, can I do this trivially? Let's find out. I want to draw. Can I just pop a cursor animation in? I don't fully remember this. No, this uses a different function. Hang on a moment. Render actor system. How are you doing this? You create a something else. You're not what I want. A sprite instance is perhaps what I want. So for all entities with a sprite and transform, I could make the cursor an entity. That'd be funny. Then it would just get put into here automatically. It's very funny. The facts. I mean, the cursor is... Hang on. Maybe I should just do that. Does that sound stupid? To make the cursor an entity that just gets updated in update? I don't think that's terribly stupid, is it? I just need to make sure it doesn't get deleted too often. I don't think that's too stupid. Maybe it is. I don't know. Oh, I guess you'd have a transform. Well, actually, I mean, you're a component. Who gives a shit? You'll have a transform. You can do it either way, but I think you would make it you wouldn't make an entity because it's so detached from the actual game state. Yeah, but if I make it an entity, it means I can draw it with my normal sprite command. So if I want to do stuff with the cursor, like animate it or have components added to it, like some flame effect or whatever, that would be cool, wouldn't it? How about the bullet speed thing? You might feel okay with increasing the speed a bit once they have a bit of a trail effect. Maybe, but I wanted to... Have you ever played Nuclear Throne? Maybe that would help. I feel like you have played it. If you think about stuff like the grenade launcher in that game, it doesn't shoot that quick. Like, none of the bullets shoot that quick in that game. That's currently my idea. They're not the Touhou speed. You've seen it, but you haven't played it. You might want to play it for like an hour or something, so you know what I'm talking about when I'm referencing it, because it's quite a key influence. How easy it is to draw shouldn't be the limiting factor because it can just be a function call. You're ignoring what I just said about attaching components to it. I'm gonna just do it for now and just see how it feels. It's possible it'll just be weird, in which case that's fine as well. I just want to give it a go. What components did you want to attach? I don't know. I'm just fucking around. It's my silly little personal project. I've got to work in tomorrow. I won't get to work on my silly little project. So I'm just gonna kind of fuck around. Let's see. Load. Game. Load. Go to leaderboard. Load leaderboard entries. This isn't it. Game start. I find it very funny to have a function called spawn cursor. It means I can delete the cursor off the screen as well if I remove it from the registry. Oh, come on now, just copy this whole fucking line. Sorry, you're not Notice Guard. Could be. No one else is going to be a cursor, so this is fun. I think that we don't need this extra crap. And then what I do, just return entity, I think. This is okay. Clean up. Interesting. Are you happy now? Physical targeting reticle, that's part of the game in some sense, but what you said doesn't apply. Yeah, I'm thinking about it more like Navi, and I was also thinking, like, if I want to experiment with, like, not that I think it'll necessarily be interesting, but maybe there'll be one gun that does this. The idea that you could, like, right-click, and the cursor would, like, move there and lock on. That kind of makes sense if it's a component. Because I can add another component at some point that says, like, follow cursor. Maybe I can just remove the cursor. Or some part of the cursor component can be like actual follow real position or follow target, you know, follow entity. I can make the cursor actually go towards something. A lot of games, the cursor is not actually like the dead center of the screen. So I like the idea of being something that I can fuck around with. I want to have it shake, or if I want to add just about anything. I like the idea of it being a component. Why are you full of shit? What's wrong? Why are you angry at me? It's because you don't actually want a fucking... Oh, so I guess the fucking compiler advice was wrong. That's awesome. They wanted it to be a const reference. Do I just do this? Maybe this isn't... Surely the compiler couldn't have been spinning me a fucking yarn, right? You should work. You made the suggestion. Will compiler? This had better resolve. Oh, very good. Surprising. Alright, epic. So what I'm going to do now, I can't think of an excellent way to do this. So who cares? Game start. I think I'm going to store it in the fucking... I'm going to store it in the context? Nah, that's stupid. I can just grab it, whatever. For now, it's okay. Well, Could have a struct for the cursor. Seems kind of stupid. I mean, you're not being used. You don't need to be no discard. Never mind, little guy. I don't care about you right now. I hope that's okay. Could even just make you void. That's crazy style. I'm not going to. Maybe I want to use it in the future. Nothing matters. Somewhere now I need to go to fucking registry dot. How about not context? Anywhere, just grabbing this lad. Okay. Sort of update I'm GUI. How about update? Anywhere here actually using the cursor, like the mouse dot effects. What was it? Input manager? You have the mouse, right? Yeah. This is a donut thing. Aye. Action responder? Do you always exist? I fucking hope so. Mouse. You must have the mouse somewhere. Get mouse position. Oh fuck, I've already got some fucking thing to do this. That's cool. Wait, is this what I want? I don't think this is it. This isn't quite it. What I want is... Is this right? Input manager.get mouse position. Yeah, here you go. Where are you being used? Just here. The reference binding rules of why they had to be const are kind of good to know about. So you don't move the replace the reference with something or overwrite it. Or is a const reference in this case means you can't modify what's within it once. What are you thinking? Like what you're passing in is a const reference. You can't like modify what's under that reference, but you can read it. Which makes sense. We are just passing it in, after all. Do I just draw wherever the fucking mouse position is? Like, I don't know if this will just work, so I'm just kind of fucking around again. So I'm ready to get the fucking component. You'll do. Oh, you're not gonna do. Just fucking around. So for every entity with a cursor and a transform, so we're gonna get a view on a cursor, a transform. You don't need to exclude anything, that's okay. What's wrong, little guy? I think he's just vibing. Let's just say, transform equals, and then there's like, what is it, input manager dot mouse position? I don't think this will work, but maybe it will. Like this is not really going to do what I wanted to do though. 3 names were provided. That's crazy style. Do you need to have an entity? I think somehow you'll be okay. No, he's angry at me. Entity transform in a tuple-like. Viewing cursors and transforms. Hang on a moment. How do I normally do this? Oh. You're not useful. Interesting. Kind of feels like this should be working right now. I feel like you might be angry for another reason. The number of identifiers must match the value in a structured binding. Sorry, does this not match how I normally write this? If you want to consume ever at once, an R value is the right choice. If you want to give it the right... Oh, you're reading about reference binding. Temporaries can only bind to const references and R value references, not mutable L value references. Okay. Temporaries being what? You mean just like locally scoped bars or what? Makes sense because mutable L value references are only appropriate when you're writing to a variable the caller wants to use again. You're handling the function a mutable thing you want to consume. You want it to consume however it wants, then an R value reference is the right choice. You want to give it a view to read, it should be const. Indeed. It covers everything when passing a temporary makes sense. Okay. Why is he angry at me? Is this syntax not correct? Is it because I'm trying to do something with transform in here? Maybe the auto here is angry. Cursor. Transform. I mean temporary R values like the initialize you pass with the component. Okay. Okay. Why is he angry? This looks correct to me, and I'm trying to work out what I'm missing. Do you need to be a const transform or something? Like what's going on? One of you lads you want to be a little const? You look okay without const down here. Did the color output work? Doesn't look like it. Why are you like such an awful fucking language to debug? The number of identifiers much the tuple size. Yeah, I get it. Like normally, oh, it's because you're a transform reference, maybe. Wait, hang on. Why are you like this? It's such a pain to use this sort of syntax, huh? Like if I copy and paste you over, you should just work verbatim, huh? So if I make you a cursor and a transform... Wait, did I just miss a fucking something? Yours goes to the terminal. I must have just fucked something up. Am I pressing F7 to compile? You know it, buddy. I'm really fucking confused, sorry. Normally I can pass in 2 structs on the side, and then the 2 here, and then that's it. So why are you angry? Is it because transform wants to be like... You have to be like a fucking reference or something? Like, why can't you tell me explicitly? The number of identifiers must match the value of... Like, why is this? I'm passing in cursor and transform. Why don't you believe in cursor? Is it because it has no sub-elements? Like, you hate that? You think that's awful news? It's because cursor is basic? Like an empty struct? Is that why? You hate cursor? Yeah, I guess so. You only included the header when they're from. No, that's not the case. It's because cursor doesn't have any fucking lads in there. Apparently he hates it. He hates him. because he's got no children. Now, input manager mouse position. What are you? You're an optional vec2. How about you do a value, or I don't know, fucking just make some shit up, I guess. Can I perhaps make you a little reference? Like maybe that cheers you up. Transform does not refer to a value. That's crazy. Can't just rewrite them. NTT quirk. Ah, it's dot position. Well, actually, I guess technically it's like this. You want to interpolate it properly. Now think about what you've done. Why are you angry? Transformed dot position is a vec3, and you're a vec2, right? So you should just fucking... You should be happy. How about you just crash if there's no fucking value for the mouse position? Is that what you wanted? I didn't think so. You have to add a 0 at the end. Really? These things aren't defaulting? Oh, that's what you mean. For the third element, I have to do that? There's no default constructor for passing in a vec2 and just defaulting to 0.f at the end? Guess not. But this is okay. Let's just see what happens. I haven't done shit. It's gonna crash. Let's see. What's wrong? You can't read the file, I guess. This is when it's trying to open the texture file, right? Let's have a look. Oh, you're fucking useless, aren't you? So obviously this is going to be in Asset Manager header, right? Is the name of the file wrong? It's not bullet.png, is it fucking bolt.jpg? Bullets. Ah, what a fucking error message. Crazy. Think about it. You can compile. It's okay. I have like 1,000 terabytes of RAM. Like, I know it's not enough for you, little program. All right. If the cursor exists, it's not in the right place on the screen, which is fine. Let me think for a second. Game. Let's just make sure the cursor actually fucking exists. Oh, it's not in game? How about Systems Manager? Cursor. I guess... Anywhere I'm doing registry.clear. This little guy. Texture rules mimic how it works in GLSL. There's vec3 float 2 float, but there's also vec3 float flex 2. Okay. Sure. Hey, honey bunny. You don't pop in here too frequently, but have a lovely woolen. Have a lovely day, Willen. Let's reread that. You shall look. Oh, thanks for popping in. His cursor is clearly not in the right space. Again, if it does exist. Let me think for just a moment. You're probably not getting drawn because you just have a transformer. I need to give you a sprite. That makes sense. Add animation. How do I do that again? Just this, right? That makes a lot of sense. What's wrong, little guy? Oh, he just wanted to think about complaining, but then he rethought about it. There's clearly no cursor on the screen yet. So now let's have a proper think. Cursor animation is a... You're angry at me because your frame rate is something stupid? Possible. You have a transform, you have an animation. So if I go to actor, render actor system, you're an entity with a sprite and a transform. Does this count as a sprite? Maybe not. Hang on, let's see how add animation works. Oh, it does add a sprite. Okay, perhaps it needed a frame rate of more than 0. 0 frame rate makes sense for not drawing, after all. You see anything? I don't see anything. So, let's have a think for a moment. I'm guessing that it's drawing it... You thought... Yeah, I thought I saw it for a second. So I'm guessing that the position on the screen is just incorrect. So... You. What's wrong? An LM? You hate it? Is it because position you can't print the vec3? Yeah. Alright, terminal, get ready. Oh, yeah. If I'm off screen, it defaults to 0. That makes sense. But... So clearly the input manager's cursor position is incorrect. So when I'm, I think, in the game, it needs to be cursor, it needs to be like, something else. Where's my output? Here you are. Oh, I put these all together. That's stupid of me. I'm guessing that get mouse position is just not what I want. Probably needs to be... Something needs to happen with the window size, I guess. Need to convert it to world space. Yeah, I mean, I can just use whatever character player had for this. Top left is 0. Might be in local player. Yeah, local player quite literally has a command for this, but I'll be honest, I thought when I draw something in X, Y, 0, like top left, it will just draw it in the top left, but I guess not. That's fine. Components. I should move this to the other fucking, to the source file. Get mouse position. You're always in context, right? So I should be able to get the mouse position. Right? What does this have to do with the player? This is a weird place to have it, but fine. I guess it's this player's mouse position. I think somewhere else I'm already doing get mouse position. Right, it's this one. why the fuck are you being grabbed in this huge fucking loop? That's not needed. That can be a little bit more efficient. Up here. And then... bam. So easy. Probably don't need to print you anymore. This will just fix everything. Depends on where the player is. Not on the main menu. Huh? I'm guessing this won't work on the main menu. Actually, I don't know. Will this just crash? Do we have a player on the menu? I don't remember what we did. F5 will tell us. Oh. Look at that. Wow, amazing. It's so smooth and responsive. Alright, how do I disable my fucking cursor? It'll be in, like, main. Somewhere in here. Options, window options. Past game options, options. Is it just going to be option... Oh, I could just change the default in here, maybe. You have something for, like, drawing the cursor? Somewhere you're setting up the window in main. You know if this version supported that? You're fucking kidding me. Oh, I can just call SDL. That's fine. Okay, well let me just Google that then. SDL hide cursor. SDL underscore show cursor. False. Do I need to include SDL? Or is that already being included? Let's find out. Maybe this will just magically work. No, he hates me. What's wrong, little lad? Is it because I'm including SDL? You hate me, don't you? No such file or directory. Hey. You haven't added the ability to hide the fucking mouse? Didn't you hide it in the FPS example you showed me? It gets hidden automatically when you enable relative mouse mode. Relative mouse mode. Hang on, why won't it just let me run this SDL command? Oh, relative mouse you mean as in like... it sticks your cursor in the middle of the screen and then doesn't let you move it. Middle of the screen. Like it just doesn't move the cursor, it just tells you how it changes every frame. I guess. Hang on. Cannot include sdlconfig.h. What's this fucking error? Google.com. Fatal error. There is no SDL2 library installed on your system. What? What are you talking about? Maybe I'm including the wrong header. Maybe I just need to include SDL.h. Maybe. Oh, actually, where would this be even? Where is the fucking SDL library stored? Is it under Donut? Like, am I including the shit manually? Do you have it in your little library? You're just doing SDL.h. Do I have the same honor? He's angry at me because I think this is meant to be a library thing. You should get it transitively in this version. Okay, maybe the compiler error was just lying. SDL show cursor identifier not found. I don't seem to be getting it transitively. Maybe if I... Oh, the music stopped. Maybe if I include some donut rubbish. Which I should already be doing in here. Game. Donut file. I'm kind of surprised I'm not getting it. Maybe donut dot. file. At least get it linked. Maybe you don't get the include path. Yeah. Oh, you're not using SDL in this. Where are you including SDL? Application? Maybe? No. You just need to include it in a lot of places. Like in the input manager, sure. Probably just in the CPP file. Can I do input? Modules? Utilities? Maybe? These are all headers. Yeah, hang on. How on earth am I meant to link to one of your C++ files? I'm guessing if you're a library, you don't let me do that, right? Maybe there's somewhere you're including it that's in a... hang on, where's my more search button? Here we go. This is quite the hassle. Are you really only using it in Input Manager? That seems really surprising to me. You just have to add the SDL include path to your CMake lists. Alright. Where is it? Build depths. SDL build? Or SDL source? Build? I guess. Oh, SDL source, never mind. Flash include. Do you reckon I can just like chuck it in here? I guess it would be upper level. I kind of hate the idea of including something from a fucking depths like this. Yeah, that's extra ugly. I just wanted to make it compile once and then make it pretty. Like, I just want to see it working once and then we can make it work better. What do I fucking include in here? Are you including this somewhere yourself? No? Good fucking lord. I mean... This is all transitive stuff. You have to spell out the full... Oh. SDL2.h. Where is that? I want to know where you are. How do I find this fucking file? Why is hiding a cursor such a pain in the ass? You get me? This should take like 2 fucking seconds. Is there really nowhere else we've used SDL commands in our program? I guess not. SDL.c? I'm talking about SDL.h. I see SDL.c. I don't think he has a .h, does he? I'm in source, am I? Oh, yeah, right. Obviously not SDL2 source. That's not where I want to be. Is he more in the root? Where are you? Xcode? No. Include? Maybe at the bottom? SDL.h, I found it. It's main, isn't it? How about this? This is ugly as sin. Good fucking lord. Maybe it'll just work. Okay, so it does work. Let's see if it actually hides the cursor. It doesn't. My cursor appears to be a permanent loading icon. That's fixed. Ew. Yeah, this is gross. Sorry. This is not working, though. Not used directly. Okay, that's awesome. So explain to me where you're coming from if it's not being used correctly. SDL mouse.header. Maybe I can get away with just including the mouse for now. Probably have to call it later. Oh, you think it's too early in the program? Maybe here? Wow, look, it works. Just don't think about the include path. Wow, look at that. It's a cursor. You can see where you're shooting. Amazing. I also can't see my mouse on the fucking ImGUI menu, so this is stupid. Is there a way to show my mouse cursor if it's interacting with the ImGUI menu? Or if it's over the top of it? I'm guessing so. Somewhere there's like an ImGUI attached. Like if I'm over the top of it. Why SDL2? SDL3 is out. Ask Donut. This library is from before SDL3, I guess. I don't know. What do DFO? You ask a quick question. Go for it, Cam. Let me see. Is there a command in the next version is SDL3. There you go. Hi. ImGUI show cursor when mouse over. There's some way to do it. Show... No, I don't want to show window when mouse is over. I want to show mouse when window is over. You're trying to set VS Code to your PC for Java program, but you cannot run it. You're new to it. I can't help you with that. That's too vague. What instructions did you follow to install this stuff? VS Code is not Java. It's a text editor. What program are you trying to run? What version of Java are you using? ImGUI get IO wants capture mouse. Yeah. You might have to test against the ImGUI rectangle. I've got two things there. I hope it's the second one. Wants capture mouse? Is that maybe a newer thing? Is item hovered? Oh. So maybe in here I can enable the fucking cursor and stuff. The topmost item. Do I need to contain... Oh no, this is the debug thing. And then here we go back to main. Goodbye SDL show cursor. Are you just a bool? Oh, you are. Okay. And then I'll just do... I don't know if this is going to flash constantly. We'll find out. He's angry. Obviously, you're angry. Yeah, we all are. This is sucks. I know. I know. I know. I know. I know. I know, I know. You're in the wrong place, little guy. I know, I know. Oh, it's awful. Why do you want to use VS Code? Why not use NetBeans or IntelliJ? IntelliJ would be a lot easier. Is any item hovered too? Okay, this whatever I'm doing here. Oh, it only works if you're hovering over the top bar, not if the main bar. Is any item hovered? Let's go with that. One of your friends suggested it. Is your friend a Java developer? Maybe I can just do this. You're new to it, but you know nothing about it. That's understandable. I would recommend... What are you trying to do? You just want to mess around with Java and learn a little bit of software development? Okay, is any not... Doesn't work for any. It doesn't work for the background element. That's weird. That's annoying. I would... You're a student. That's fair. IntelliJ IDEA is perfectly fine. That's a good IDE. I like JetBrains stuff. If you just download IntelliJ Community Edition, it will do everything for you, and you can run a Hello World program immediately. You're taking APCSA, Advanced Programming Computer Science Association. I don't know what that stands for, but sure. You're at school. Have they not explained this stuff to you already? Or are you thinking about... You're taking it in the future and you want to be ready? Yeah, IntelliJ is fine, and then just try and get Hello World running. And if you need help with that, I'd just Google it, honestly. Advanced placement. Okay. You meant topmost as in topmost in the stack, like after your whole window. Oh, hang on. For the non-any version. Oh, who cares? Is any item hovered not working? You're trying to see if your mouse should be dispatched so that do not use this. Want capture mouse. Where is this want capture mouse thing you're talking about, little guy? IO.want capture mouse. Okay, that's what Donut was saying. Oh, it's .want capture mouse, not whatever the fuck I was doing. It's the first thing you suggested. Yeah, I didn't write dot, I did colon. F1 is not working anymore. Something is broken. I can't seem to draw my debug menu anymore. Something's wrong. Yeah, IntelliJ is fine. It's probably what you'll use at uni, or NetBeans or something. Or Eclipse. Maybe you use Eclipse. Converted to an int. This seems unnecessary. Why are you angry at me, little guy? By the way, I want this to be true by default, in case you were wondering. Yeah, I know C doesn't have balls, but that should be fine for the SDL show cursor, right? Because that's also... SDL I thought was a C library. They shouldn't need a boolean. That would be weird, right? Why is my debug menu no longer drawing? What did I do? Did I delete something? If I hide you, are you happy? Is one capture mouse not quite what I want? No, I deleted something. What did I delete? What did I break? You don't have the include in this fucking thing, do you? This universe. I should be committing more. It's okay. Maybe my keyboard. Something wrong with my keyboard, do you think? I'm just pressing F1. But also it should be defaulting. F1 just broke. I mean, F1 shouldn't matter. I'm not defaulting show GUI to true. I guess I can just put a fucking breakpoint in there. This is true. Did I get rid of the end? End tab bar. Am I missing something? Do I need to do end frame? I'm GUI end frame or something? Maybe that's something. Is that it? You just want a little end? Physically broke. No, my F1 keys though. Oh, it hates that. Calling end too many times. I guess that's not it. What the fuck's happening? Oh, am I just hiding it? Is it just off screen? Hang on. Maybe I'm doing dense. That's most likely it. You guys? Be deleted. I'm pretty sure it just regenerates this shit, right? Oh, there we go. I just hid it. If you were wondering. And now the cursor appears when I need it. Wow. Problem solved. I wonder how I did that. Somehow I feel like the FPS wasn't actually matching what I asked for. Regardless, kind of nice how this shit just works. Alright, now I've got the cursor working. That was meant to be a quick thing, again, wasn't. I want to spawn I want to have a sprite attached to the weapon. How I'm going to do that, I don't know yet. And I want... Did I tell you about where your RAM started having errors and you spent ages trying to work out what was wrong? Oh yeah. Oh, I've had that issue myself. I had like dodgy RAM like a few years ago and I remember the pain it caused me. This is kombucha, by the way. We got it really cheap at the supermarket, but Chris didn't like it because it tastes like beer. I wanted to say it's non-alcoholic, but technically isn't kombucha very lightly fermented? Maybe it's like 0.1% or something. Kefir? Kefir? She giving me a fucking dairy product? No. Kefir culture. Yeah, it's just culture. Never mind. It doesn't mention a percent. Low in sugar, somehow. Fermented lemonade. Passion and hops. Oh, hops. That's probably why it tastes like beer. It's hoppy. It's like beer. It's crazy. Do you still need help, Khan? Or have you worked it out? Let me think. I'm losing my fucking mind here. I want a bullet to have I want a gun to have a sprite. Let's make a fucking gun. Asset manager. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna make a fucking gun. And for now, my lad, you're gonna be a fucking... What's the gun gonna be? Aye. Where are you? I had another way to load these, right? Load animation from row. I was doing that somewhere. Maybe an asset manager. I thought there was a way I could get it specifically from a certain element. Like a place in the screen. Wasn't this something I was doing? Maybe I was loading it in live. Yeah, it's this thing. Alright, fine. So, smoke particle. Welcome, Gun 1 sprite. Or Gun 1, fucking Gun 1 animation. Welcome back, Gun 2. Apparently you did it hiding already, so that's good. Nice, good work. Oh. I was already doing stuff with bullets.png. What is in there? Did I have anything in here that was async? Oh, I did. I have the fist and the dumbbell. And the croissant and the toaster. In case you guys forgot. So I guess I won 'Size 16 by 16, and then this is what, X and Y, right? Sprite width and height, row and frame count. Frame count. Don't know about that one, lad. Frame rate 60. Oh, I guess that makes sense if it's an animation. Oh, this isn't quite what I wanted. I wanted to do something easy. How am I doing the like grass stuff, like the grass tile? I just wanted to do that sort of thing. Am I maybe not doing what I think I'm doing? No, that's for the background. Where am I loading the like textures for the world? Is that in like render gameplay background? Somewhere I should be rendering these tiles. Does the tile? Oh, here we go. Oh. Oh my word, what are you doing? Tile set texture. This seems like a fucking mess. Yeah. I guess it's tile set texture. This isn't what I want to do. Fuck it. Gun 1 is just going to be all those bullets on the first slide, and gun 2 is going to be all the ones on the second. How about that? Or second and third, like, who gives a shit? Like, this is super debug. For you, gun 1, I guess row 3 is this. 0, 1, 2, 3. I want 0, I want 1 and 2. So, welcome. Welcome. Your gun, you're going to look like this. You're going to be this row, animating constantly. You're going to be this row, animating constantly. We changed for 14 shaders, so it's not drawing individual tiles. Yeah, it's not something It doesn't match what I wanted to do. Frame count, actually, we just make it the first one. You know what I mean, right? Like, I just wanted to grab a random tile for debug purposes and draw it somewhere. That's it. So this will do. This will do. This will do. This will do. Alright. Alright, so somehow I'm going to have to keep track of the player. And then I'm going to have to draw a line to the cursor. And then I make the position of the gun, like, 10 pixels away or something. That sounds like the simplest way to do it, right? I have it so the player sprite is somewhere, and then I have the gun rotating around like this. That should work. So how does my component for that work? Actually, hang on. Render actor system. Maybe for every... Oh, do I have an implicit way to tie... Oh. Any entity with a transform and a basic firing weapon? I guess. Put the origin of the gun sprite to wherever you want to rotate around and then only use rotation. Yeah, so my thing is... I think I imagine I'll draw... I'm trying to work out how I want to draw the gun sprites, because in Nuclear Throne, it's like a side-on view that just flips. So it's like this, and then... But I don't know if I'll just draw it top-down and then rotate it. Like, I guess that doesn't matter right now. I imagine I'll not care right now, so... The origin of the gun sprite, wherever you want it to rotate around, and then only use rotation. I don't think I'll do that. Rotation plus flip, yeah. I think I won't go around with the origin of the... You mean by... Or by origin, do you mean... You don't mean making the PNG literally bigger, right? Because that's not what I want to do. You know... you mean somewhere else I can change, like, where it rotates for? Is that easier than what I was going to do? Which is to place the position of it... hang on, let me do some pseudocode. You mean origin whatever instead of origin whatever? Definitely easier. Okay, that's easier than I thought then. I want something procedural. Like all my guns can be, you know, 16 by 16 or whatever. And then I don't have to think about what in fucking Aseperite where the origin is. It's just in here. It just automatically does it to the left a bit. Okay, let's have a think. Let's think. So for every entity with a sprite and a transform, I'm already doing this. So how about we do a auto basic gun? Like this is not how we're gonna do it long term, so don't worry about it. I guess it's predicted. So if the guy has a predicted firing weapon, now we have an entity with a transform and a base and a predicted firing weapon. I want to draw something. I want to draw fucking... How about instead of just sprite, we're gonna just pop in here and just say fonts auto sprite equals, that's it, manageable gun. Can I shadow? Are you happy with me shadowing? You don't like shadow? Oh, you do like shadowing. Shadowing okay? Are we chill? You are solo animation, you are not a sprite. Bot value. So it crashes. Okay, this is not how we use shallow animation, is it? We have a different for you. Oh, this is stupid. This is stupid. I'm doing this stupidly. Somewhere else I'm using... Actually, might work too. Somewhere I'm just literally drawing... What is it? Asset manager. Smoke particle? No. Ah, cursor. How the fuck am I drawing your cursor? Where are you happening again? You're in render HUD. And then... Epic. Not in here, is it? We're not rendering the cursor at all. Okay, I'm stupid. Didn't work with negative numbers, okay. Hang on. Oh, stop this nonsense. You're a sequence now. Is the animation time not stored somewhere? I'm just doing something for debug. What kind of game is this again? Like a down arcade shooter 2D roguelike thing. We were originally doing like a Touhou clone, and now we're doing a Nuclear Throne clone. Isn't that fun? I think I'm using the wrong function here, by the way. I thought there was an easier way to do this. Oh. We have this draw sprite thing. Yeah, this is just not quite correct, is it? I'm trying to remember how this works. I have a solo animation. I simply want to draw it. Can I just draw this solo animation? How did that work again? DBU, my beloved. Soul Eater, my beloved. I think we had an animation system, didn't we? How are you working, little guy? You aren't doing... Oh, it's anything with a sprite and a solo animation. I'm stupid. Oh, I'm stupid. Am I stupid? Yeah. Hang on a moment. Sprite in this case is actually just a structure with their sequence, animation, time, scale, origin. Well, as you slightly, they were missing a comma at the end. They made the format nicer. Yeah. I guess it's not a sprite yet. Does the gun need to be its own entity? I was kind of hoping on just hacking something together here. Let's see what the problem is. I'm trying to just grab a solo animation from here with just one sequence. And I just want to draw that at the player's position for now. So if we're looking at an entity with a sprite, a transform, and a predicted firing weapon, which is in this case going to be a player and maybe some enemies. You're 90% of the way there. Yeah, I guess I can just do this. I can just hardcode it for now. Origin. What did you suggest? Like minus 0.5 or something? I don't remember. I think minus 2. Who knows? I didn't hear what you said. It's DBU playing right now. This is DBU, yeah. Eternal Nocturne. Uploaded to the Red Tails YouTube channel in 2012. It was that long ago? But I said Soul Eater, my beloved. Isn't your picture Death the Kid from Soul Eater? Wow, look, there's our gun. There's our gun right here. You see that? That's the gun, right? This weapon right here. It's amazing. So now I just need to make that point at the cursor. Cool gun, thanks. Let me think. You said I can do something with rotation. Now this bit kind of fucks with me. Do I need to draw a there's some function I've got to find between, it's just dot angle or something. Oh, you have a function for that. Soul Eater is great. Oh yeah. And then what are you? Let's have a look. I have a function somewhere in like maths called like to rotate the sprite around by its sprite instance dot origin. Radians. I have a function somewhere to get two positions and generate a angle from that, right? Just get angled vector? That's not it. Get basic aim vector. Start position, target position. A10 2. I guess that'll do for now. I thought I had... I mean, it's this. Aim angle. I guess everywhere I'm doing this, maybe I'm just doing it in place. Or whatever. It's not CPP? Oh, it's HPP. Oh, it's just been here. Alright, well, whatever. Hello. Oh, hey, DF. Have you implemented a broad collision detection phase? You were trying quad tree last time. I've left it at quad tree. It's working perfectly fine for now. And I'm not going to touch it again until we have frame rate problems, because if I sit here optimizing the collision all day, I'm never going to get anything done. Here's a type of broad phase. I thought that my understanding of phases were like you had a broad phase where you cut out everything that was obviously not going to collide, and then you had finer phases where you did more precise collision detection. Or is broad phase a more specific word than that? Yeah, and that's what you have. We're so awesome. Vector.y, vector.x? I need to... Hang on a moment. I'm being stupid, aren't I? This thing, right? This difference thing. Player to cursor vector. Can I just use this? Is that not this get predicted aim angle? Oh no, I guess not. I thought there was somewhere I was doing this already. I guess not. I guess like I thought somewhere, what was it? We were spawning a bullet based on the direction to the mouse cursor. Target pause minus player pause. Yeah. Where am I doing this? Is it just in here? Yeah. It's just this thing. I'm not losing it. Target direction is the cosine of these blah 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 blah. This'll do, right? I mean, maybe not the... Actually, how does the predicted aim angle work here? Because, I mean, this is quite literally the function we're using to shoot with, so shouldn't the gun... That's the opposite. This is going from the guy, the player to the cursor. Angle to vector instead of vector to angle. This is angle to vector? This looks like it's vector to angle, doesn't it? Am I losing my mind? Oh, you mean this bit? You mean the target direction thing? It's an angle. Yeah. I'm getting fucking lost. It's midnight and I think I have a cold. Whatever. We can just do this. Keep it easy. Target position is the mouse. Can I just get the input manager? Maybe not. I'll have to get the mouse here. And then he'll have to get the player position. Oh, hang on. Mouse position. Hang on. You just work, maybe? Can I just use the view center? Or something? Maybe I keep track of the player as the view center. Is that such a stupid thing to suggest? Add a component to store direction rotation. I don't think that's necessary right now. I'm doing like the most hacky little debuggy thing possible just to have a gun spinning around the player. I don't know if I need to use a component for that, if it's something we can calculate. If we're going to calculate it and store it in a component, why not just calculate it where we use it? I mean... Ainstrong should be the player with its transform. Oh, Cock, you're right. In fact, I even have his transform in here, don't I? Yeah. I do. This might be rotating the wrong way, then. Are you a Vec 3 and you're a Vec 2? God, I love Toho. This ain't it? Is this going to divide by 0 when the cursor is on top of the player? We'll find out. We'll find out. We'll find out. Surely there's no division in Atan 2. What are the odds the cursor goes over the player anyway? Wow, look at that. Look, it's not crashing, and I'm surely I'm exactly the same coordinate as the player, right? I mean... Hang on, the cursor isn't drawing anymore. Oh, the cursor is under the player. That's funny. Rotation, you probably check for 0. I want to see if I can get it to crash. It's like when you're trying to do Door of Time skip. Sorry. Oh, this is funny. The sprite doesn't scale with the game at all. Oh, that's fucking funny. Oh, giant gun. Oh. Tiny gun. I would say I don't like the non-pixel perfectness of this rotation, but maybe it's chill. Alright, hang on a moment. Check for 0. Oh, right. Did I just do if difference is 0? Or even just this? Actually, this won't work. It's the wrong language. This won't work? I kind of thought this might just work. Length is less than epsilon. You can do that shit? How the fuck do I write epsilon? The fuck? You're going to need to give me a fucking maths lesson, lads. Hang on a moment. Epsilon. I thought that was a member of the Sonic the Hedgehog crew. It's the 5th letter of the Greek alphabet. Oh, it's the fucking silly E. It's been a while. Computer science. Upper bound on the relative error to floating point arithmetic. Right. You probably want to draw it at the last position. Nah, just don't draw the weapon. If you're able to get the fucking cursor exactly over the player, explode. I guess we can draw it at the last position. Or we can just draw it at the player's position. That's fine as well. Like if difference is 0, then just make it the player's position, I guess. Or is that stupid? No, that's really stupid. That's not how this works. Sorry, angle 0, 0. Atan 2. Oh, that's the problem. If I extract the Atan 2 thing out here, and I say this is the difference. If difference dot x equals 0, I just do it fucking lazily for now. It's fine. And the music stop. So if they're not equal to 0, then fucking I don't know what angle is. Auto angle equals 0. I don't know what the type is. Angle. Is it a float? I'm guessing it's a float. Yeah, it's a float. Okay. How about this? Hang on, my music stopped. You're already using direction to shoot in a direction. Now you need it for drawing. Component worthy in your book. An interesting thought. Let me think. Because we are now I mean, it's a memory over storage concern then, right? I will be honest that the way that we're currently handling this weapon is not how I think it will be handled in the future. I just wanted to crack something together for a bit of fun. Will weapons in the future just have their own angle, and then for the player that's determined? The massive input manager, whatever. Because enemies, I'm guessing, will also have guns that will shoot at you. Right? Will I use the same drawing system? Maybe not. If it's only the player, then it doesn't matter. If enemies also have guns that you kill and there's a chance they drop it, then that kind of makes sense. It's kind of silly to have the enemies constantly look like they're pointing their gun at you, but then again, maybe they do. I don't know. Using Entity seems like overkill for you. What are you talking about, buddy? Or do you mean using it for this? Because Entity is fucking awesome. I love Entity. Sorry, you guys have been putting all sorts of text in. Hey, regulation. What's this? It'd be like if length 2 difference less than length 2 standard numeric length, float epsilon. Ah, of course. Excited for fuel prices becoming €4 a litre in NL. Netherlands. Fuel prices. This shit's fucking €2.50. NLtimes.nl. Holy shit, €2.50 a litre. Good thing I take the train. That is a PogChamp moment. It's not right, I'm pretty sure it's just 2. Hang on a moment, you're typing some shit. If length is fucking epsilon... Why is this easiest? If length 2 difference is less... What is length 2? I feel like I've missed some piece of information here. Length 2... What is fucking length 2? It just means length squared. Oh. I guess that's the limitations of Twitch chat. Okay. The way you calculate length involves a square root normally. Yeah, and there's like a way to do it cheaply without square root, but it's not particularly precise, right? But we kind of don't care in this case because this is just one calculation in draw, I think. Yeah. Bert. Yeah. That old angle. Now, what have you typed in here? I don't know about this whole thing. If this is the why is that centered? That's a good question. Did you just write STD A10? It didn't even give me an auto mod. I wonder if it has a problem. This is... I'm assuming this is standard. Oh, no, wait. Maybe this is donut. No, this is standard. Well, in this case, we're using MSVC, I guess. But yeah, it's standard in this toolchain. Why not? So this is the same rate as... Right? This isn't okay to you? You don't like this? This looks kind of nice. It seems to be drawing. I don't exactly know how I'd get the mouse exactly to the middle of the screen. I guess I can auto, instead of mouse position, I just make the positions identical here. We can see what happens. What's wrong, little guy? Yeah, I know they're equivalent. That's fine, don't worry. That's the point. This is what happens if you were to mouse over it exactly. It just goes to the right. Which seems fine to me. And just to make sure that's actually what's happening, let's try, like, goes to some silly number. I'm gonna prefer it will return not a number if there's a problem, so you can check for that. Oh, the A10 thing. I think whatever I've got here is fine, right? If you happen to somehow get your cursor exactly on the player, it just sticks to the right. I think it's worth overthinking it, is it? This seems pretty trivial. Let me think for a moment. What did I want to do? Oh, why is it scaling so stupidly? Local player.view zoom scale. I guess we do this. What's wrong, little fella? You'll do for now, right? Like if it's WOM.f, we can just put in the view zoom scale, right? In fact, can I just put this... Are you a float? No, you're a vector. Can I just put the scale as the view zoom scale? How does this look? Because that I'm just drawing the sprite as size 1, to be honest, right now. Yeah, this just works. Obviously, again, like this is not the long-term solution. The gun at some point I'm sure will have some reason to get bigger or smaller for some gameplay purpose. Interestingly, it does vibrate as you move. That looks weird. I guess we're not interpolating the values here. Can you see that on stream? I don't know if you can see it. That renders on the OBS, but you see that they're like... They're not interpolated properly. Maybe. Using position directly. Yeah. I think local player might even have like a... Oh, actually no, the transform itself has a function called get draw position. They pass in the registry. We pass in the tick interpolation alpha. And then that should work for that. Anywhere else we're using transform in here? No, everything else is already interpreted. And I guess the cursor... Ooh. Cursor position is fucked. Actually, we should fix that in just a moment. So... Okay, now the gun is interpolated properly. You see it's no longer vibrating, but the cursor is. Which we can fix. Where are we handling the cursor? Why does it need registry again? Just for the paused ball? Yeah. Pretty much. I think this is good for me. For this. So, I mean, at some point, if we work out a different way to get the state, then sure. Or if we make the registry static, well, I think this is fine. It's something that relies on the registry. If we're using this somewhere we don't have the registry, then that gives us pause for thinking why we're trying to get the draw position without caring about this. Anyway, let me think. Where am I updating the mouse? You are wrong. This is a problem. Yeah. Fair point, but let's not overthink it for now, don't it? You could also pass in the game state specifically, but I'm not writing out that syntax every time. It's trade-offs. This is happening in update. Was this designed to happen in update, or was this designed to happen in tick? We're trying to make a Touhou game as well. Oh, sick! How did it go? What am I doing? This is somehow incorrect. Is it meant to happen in tick instead of update? I feel like the position of the cursor should be happening in update. It will look weird if it's in tick. And then I'm just drawing you later as a sprite, right? I guess render actor system. Oh, I can just search for a transform dot position. This should be happening in too many places. Render? If this was multi-thread, it'd be a bigger concern because the scheduling show would detect you're using a specific part of the registry. You have access to all of it. Yeah, here it doesn't matter. It's fine. Do not fret. Yeah, it's not you. Render actor system. I mean, somewhere in here we're doing the cursor, I guess. Interesting. Get draw position interpolates between previous position and current position based on tick interpolation. So I guess it should be updating in tick. But then doesn't that make the mouse kind of shit? So what if instead of having a previous position tracked at all, I just keep... Because update happens so fucking frequently. Maybe I can just always make it the same. Just curious, before I start overthinking it, you know? If the fix is as trivial as just doing this, then we don't have to overthink it. You wrote the engine and then you dropped when you had to do game design. Yeah, dude. Alright. Alright, that looks... It looks smooth, but like... It moves, if that makes sense. Like you see when I go to the right... Why does it do that? I mean, this is obviously why it was vibrating before, because it was interpolating between current and previous. If I put this into tick, how blurry do you think this mouse cursor would be laggy, right? If it was in tick. Or maybe I should draw it separately because it is special. Back onto your component thing. What did you change? Well, what was I gonna say? The mouse cursor, right? Currently, it has its position updated in update, which is quite rare. So I'm thinking I should draw it differently. Because you see right now it's like wobbling. I'm not moving the mouse. And that's because we're updating its position in update. I was just hoping something cheap and cheerful would work. It should move in the tick, but it's the mouse cursor. Don't you want it to be Don't you want it to be updated in update, like as often as possible? Wouldn't it be kind of annoying if your mouse felt like it was stuck at 60 FPS? Oh, I guess we can just see how it feels. I'm pretty sensitive to that sort of thing. I mean the angle? No, the literal mouse cursor. The literal mouse cursor. Like where it is on the screen is currently being updated in update. Obviously this previous position thing doesn't make sense. You made its own entity. Yeah, there we go. So I'm thinking I'll just draw it differently. It's being updated as often as possible in update. It doesn't really need the transform component, honestly. It could use its own component. The mouse itself could just have a position. So I might remove the transform component and just say that the mouse has its own position. That way I don't have to deal with excludes and all that. So I'm going to go to Systems Manager. Well, that being said... Oh, fuck, this is a pain in the ass. I'm thinking about the future, which I should never do, but I'm like, oh, if I do want the mouse cursor to move somewhere else, I might want its own. It might want to have transform then. If I want the mouse to like lock on to something, but fuck it. That's not happening right now, so let's not overthink it. Goodbye, transform. You know what? Be gone. Forever. Obviously, the cursor now no longer has a transform. Instead, it is a cursor. Wow. Now that should work. I don't know if there's anywhere else that's interacting with the cursor's transform. I can check, I guess. And now when I'm drawing, I can specifically draw the cursor on its own layer and stuff. This looks fine to me. So now when we are doing, let's say, draw HUD, render HUD system, because that goes on top. Okay. I guess it's part of a HUD. Now we have a cursor. I guess we also want a sprite. And we don't interpret it. That's the important part. Or we don't interpolate it. I think I copied this from the wrong place. Oh no, maybe I didn't. I just need to grab a local player. Wrong function. I'm down here, lad. So instead of transform.getDraw position and all of this, I think I do cursor.position. Pink color? I don't know. Fucking white. Wheat. Why not? Tint it like wheat. Let's see what happens. Oh shit, the cursor's tinted like wheat. Can you believe it? It's sick. Now let's see if it's vibrating. Wow, amazingly, it's not vibrating, but it's also still moving like shit. Why does it do this? Why is it doing this? My cursor isn't, my mouse cursor isn't vibrating. This shouldn't be doing this. It's one frame behind. Feels like it. So smooth. Why is it so smooth in its lag? I kind of expect it to jitter a bit more. Is it getting before or up after physics? Hang on a second. Let's just look at what we're doing here. World to screen position. This is fine. Nothing should affect the mouse at all. Happening in action responder system. We are quite literally just getting the mouse position from local player. So maybe that. Yeah, this does depend on a lot of stuff, and this stuff's sort of being updated out of order. Did I? View center, yeah. Let me go to my systems manager. It does feel like it's a frame off, doesn't it? So normally this happens very first. Not saying it should happen like this for gameplay, but if I were to move this all the way to the bottom, or just before render HUD system. Would this fix our problem? In which case I could maybe change things. It feels the same from here. It's still behind. It only gets updated in display. Oh, cock. So is the view center only updating once every 60th of a second? Is there a way maybe I can calculate this without view center? Because this is kind of stupid. Look, when I like zoom in and out, it gets fucked up. You see that? Is that rendering on stream? I think it is. Set position and display instead of update. Oh, I hope this doesn't feel like shit. I hate games with laggy cursors. I really hate them. I guess render HUD system. For now, let's just pop it right here. Right in Draw 2D HUD. Oh, he's angry at me. I'm gonna be honest with you, I could move you in here. You still need him, don't you? Yeah. You can stay. Yeah, at this point it doesn't even need to store it. I am gonna leave it as a component for reasons I've already explained, but yes. Oh, it's all this shit. What did I do? Guess you need this still. Come on now. You know what I mean when I say I hate games with like laggy cursors? I guess it's fine. Like it's only drawing it in display. Oh, I can't seem to scroll wheel anymore. I fucked something up. What have I done? Why can't I scroll anymore? What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? I deleted something I didn't need to, right? Yeah, I get you stuff. I actually kind of don't get why this is. Oh, you were a reference, right? That's probably why. Alright, it's perfect now. I guess all my complaints about the cursor feeling laggy are moot because I'm just vibe testing it. And by vibe testing, I don't mean I'm burning trees, I mean I'm literally just fucking around in a window with my mouse. And this feels perfectly fine, honestly. If I drop the frame rate to 30, obviously it starts lagging out, but I mean it was only drawing every frame anyway, right? It's not literally the position you're shooting at, that is calculated based on as soon as possible as it needs to. That kind of makes sense if the, yeah, this makes sense. 30 FPS. This is that Nuclear Throne vibe. What is the FPS now? I don't know, I haven't tested them. Still works fine at 480. Which I'm going to be honest with you, I'm fine with. If I zoom all the way out, it's 240. I mean, this isn't super efficient and it's debug, yeah. I think it makes sense that the bullets now fire from the player instead of from the gun. These are things I maybe shouldn't be thinking about at fucking midnight. Also doesn't matter. It's funny because now if I spawn enemies, I think they're going to also point at the mouse. Just something to think about. Let's have a look actually, I'm kind of curious. Oh, do they not? Okay, I guess these enemies don't have predicted firing weapons. This kind of feels like a game, you know? Spawn some treasure mice on top of myself. You can like shoot him. I can just quickly disable the hitbox for you. Bam, bam. You know, all my complaints from the other day about guns, like maybe like where they're shooting not making sense with like physics, you know, because it doesn't. They don't really follow physics. They do literally, like, if you click on the thing, or if you... I've got it tied to space, I should change it to left click. If I mouse over it and press space, like the bullet hits. Which is kind of all I care about, I think. I think it's all players will care about. Like the bullet will hit your cursor. It just kind of works. Isn't that nice? Rip treasure mouse, yeah. Oh shit, I died. Good thing the continue screen somehow still fucking works. Haven't changed that in eons. The FPS does hang a bit when there's like 20,000 bullets and they're not being destroyed properly. That's true. I mean, this isn't even that many enemies. I wonder why it's quite so shit. Something to look into in the future. I should give the player like HP or something so I don't have to constantly respawn. Or just infinite lives. I wonder if it gets bad with well-made gameplay. Maybe not. I mean, it might just be that there's all these entities on screen, and Entity apparently doesn't work well with loads of entities on screen in debug. Like, this is a lot of treasure mice, right? In fact, is it lagging my stream? No, you guys can still see me, okay? Oh shit, I'm over here now. This is never going to get better, unless I can stand... Oh, I died. Maybe I can go back to the main menu. No, I restarted. Yeah, so this is not so hot. Whatever I'm doing here is not amazing. Maybe I can kill a few treasure mice, actually. I just hold up for just another second. Okay, those mice are gone. Now the mice here. Oh, I fixed it. Performance profiling macros. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, I forgot I had a hitbox. Oh shit, my Touhou game. Wow. Well, chat, look, it's a video game. Isn't that cool? Instead of having to create a gun model, I've simply used bullets I made like 8 years ago in COVID. It does feel like when you don't have a mouse cursor on screen and you just have like a sprite, it does feel more video gamey. You know what I mean? Alright, so this isn't everything I wanted to get done today, but it's a good chunk of it. I planned on doing this weapon thing, the cursor thing. I kind of thought the weapon thing might take longer, but thanks for the help with that. You managed to get the traces exported to the Google Trace event format. You can get a flame graph of your game frame in the browser. That sounds sick, holy shit. Okay. Anyway, I've just realized the bullets you fire are way too small. Something to think about. Obviously the graphics right now are super temporary. I hope you all realize that. This is not how the game's gonna look. Maybe you guys have gotten used to the Pokemon fucking gold sprite, like, tile set. The game might feel a bit more gamey if I have, like, idle animation on the player, you know? Like, if I stand still, they're just standing to the side, and if I move around, they move with them. I feel a little more video gaming. Now this is annoying, look. Check this out. As I walk downwards, my cursor is here and my gun is there. Yet the bullet does not go, like, where I want it to, if that makes sense. Does this look clear to you? Like, everything's aiming to the left, but the character is moving down right, and that's because you're aiming at where the mouse just was. I don't know if players will really understand how that works, though. But, like, this is literally how you'd make it so you could shoot. Like, if I track this tree, see how I'm, like, always hitting it? Like, I don't really know how to go about that. You see this? I could cheat and just make the gun a little inaccurate. What I could also do is, instead of shooting bullets from the player's center, you shoot it from the gun. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe it does. Like, make them starting from some distance out from the player. I'll probably pull the gun in a little bit more. This'll do for now. At some point you have to think, oh, the gun's gonna have to go under the player or over it from the underside, but we can deal with that. I feel better if the bullets were a little faster. We can just play with it, but again, you should play the game that I'm referencing. Also, the gun is currently going as fast as I want it to. Look bad for it now because there's no traces. Yeah, that's true. I'm just thinking, like, we've got the bullets going in this weird predicted direction. I'm just thinking that maybe the gun should also use that weird predicted direction. So as I move up and down, the gun also swerves. You get what I mean? Like, this sort of delay. So right now we're doing get mouse position and transform, get draw position. Transform in this case being this. And we're using this ATAN 2. Is there no way here we can fuck around with that? Get predicted thing, so the weapon also, like, rotates with the bullets. You get me? Like, it's fine if the cursor stays static and the bullets don't hit it, as long as the bullets feel like they're coming out of the gun. It's unintuitive, but the predicted direction you're thinking of is just straight where you're aiming. I just wanted to get this, like, delay. Yeah, like, you see what I mean? When I'm, it's not delay, but look. Look, when the player's shooting quickly, let's go even faster than that. You see how, like, the bullets seem to be streaming, like, a little bit away, and it looks like the gun's, like, not in line? I think you are aiming really with the cursor. Like, the bullets are hitting where the cursor is, right? Like, literally, when you shoot a bullet, it goes where the cursor is on that second. Like, if I walk past this grass and shoot, just as the cursor goes over the grass, it hits the grass. So that makes sense. But I feel like maybe the gun should also somehow have this weird aiming angle. You know how in an FPS, like, the gun will, like, sway as you move the screen around? I was kind of thinking the same thing here. Because the bullets clearly go in, like, a sort of weird, floppy way. It might feel a bit more intuitive if, like, oh fine, the bullets are never hitting the cursor, but at least the weapon is in line with the bullets. I hope you understand what I mean. I'm also wondering how this might affect it if I start spawning bullets instead of in the center of the player. It's from, like, a distance from the player and an angle. So I start shooting from the actual gun itself. Happens to make an angled line shape when you move relative, but the launch direction is straight where the gun is pointing. Yeah, that's true. Maybe we'll be alleviated of some of these some of this weirdness then when I make the bullets shoot from the gun. Because right now it looks weird because it's coming from the player, right? But if it's already away from the player, maybe it won't be so weird. I feel like you don't quite get what I mean when I say I want the guns to follow where the bullets are, though. Like, there is a bullet at that position on the screen. So it feels intuitive to me that the weapon would be at that position on the screen. Even if it doesn't make sense that the bullets are coming from a different place. Maybe you aren't getting what I'm putting down. Like, whatever I'm using an angle... shoot from the player to the... can't describe it. It's too late. I kind of don't care. You're going to be kind of fudged. Yeah, it would be fudged. It would be on the weapon model, though, so I think that's okay. It's chill for it to be fudged. How do I make the bullets shoot from the... Do I just get... That might be actually kind of trivial. Hang on a moment. Maybe I'm being... I was going to go to bed, but I was thinking maybe I can just quickly crack this out. Somewhere in here I have, like, spawn bullet, right? This is where the player shoots a bullet, and this is where the bullet starts from, right? So how about instead of using the transformed opposition here, I can somehow work out the angle that the, like, weapon is being drawn at? Or a distance from... You get what I mean? Like, right now it's the transformed opposition. We're spawning bullets from the player. How do I shuffle it out by, like, a little bit? You have the gun artificially follow, you can calculate what the line shape would be. Yeah, I was just wondering. I don't know the maths right now. It's a little late to think. I know... Is it game? Spawn enemy? We're doing this get angled vector thing. Radius and angle. We are here getting, like, the position of the player. This obviously won't be exactly right. Player's position. And obviously this isn't interpreted right now. Whether or not it needs to be, I don't know. Let's say the angle is whatever we calculate in here. And the radius is 1. I don't know. Can I pass that in instead of transformed opposition in here? How does that look? The start position is calculated afterwards. How does this look? Is this still coming from the player? I can't tell. I think this is coming from the gun, isn't it? I'm not losing my mind, am I? Or is it coming from the player? No, it's coming from the player still. You'd have to do this there, rather than here. Okay, this isn't quite right then. Okay, what did that even change? I'm kind of surprised that changed so little. Start position is calculated afterwards, isn't it? I thought start velocity is where it comes from. Maybe not. I mean, I don't even know what this one is. This changes how it calculates the angle. I guess a radius of 5 isn't that much. What about a radius of 10? I'm kind of wanting it to look like it's a little off. Maybe not. Oh wow, it's rather off. Why is that so off? I thought radius would just mean like distance from. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so I mean this is obviously silly. You see it's being passed to? Yeah, I'm just fucking around. I get it, I get it. Weapon system. Probably here. At which point I don't even know how I'd get that angle. I'd have to use the suggestion made before to store the angle in a vector or something, or in a component. Sorry. You probably want the positions to match. Yeah. I mean, as long as it hits the target. Interesting. Should maybe the weapon have a, so not just start velocity, but should it have like a start position somehow? Maybe it should just draw the position. Yeah, I'm thinking about that. Apparently the weapon has a transform. No, it's any entity with a transform and a thing. They'll be in here. Like, the transform here is the entity that's shooting it. Right. At which point we wouldn't need this anymore. Have a look at it. Start offset, maybe. Because really it isn't offset that I care about, right? Because I've got the actual transform of the thing that shot it. Right? Because I can just see how this looks. There's only a few places that do it. I mean, the enemy system, we can just pass in. Start velocity is start velocity, fine. Dots. Oh, it's not built yet. Then start position could just be the enemy's position for now, until the enemy starts shooting from an angle. So you should, maybe you won't complain. My nose isn't poorly anymore. Or maybe I don't have a cold. Maybe I was just, my body was just like being stupid. Here I should have the entity, right? I'm guessing I just chuck in transform. Oh. Oh, who knows? Who cares? This is a new fresh hell. Probably unused. And related to gun shoot from gun, not from oven out of hot oven in shoot hot shoot the gun. I think I'll remember what that means. Fuck, did I delete something I needed? Oh, here we go. You're a new fresh hell I made, right? Oh. Are you a... Why do I need you to be a... You need a Vec 2? You need a Vec 2. I really am just fucking around. Is the bullet even coming out of here? I can't tell. Still seems to be coming out of the player, but it's like wrong sometimes. I think whatever I've done here is not quite right, is it? How about the enemy? When you shoot, where does it come from? Comes from your center of mass still. And he still hit me, right? Kind of. Alright, something's horribly wrong and my music stopped. Good old DBE. I guess I'm not using it. That's probably a good place to start. Instead of transformed opposition, why don't you use weapon dot start position? Oh fuck, hang on. Bullet to fire. This entire stream you've been trying to read where the hell Kronos has hidden the MIT license for the OpenGL registry, and you just found out that apparently it's not even Microsoft crediting them correctly. You've done it. You're successfully the first person to read a license agreement. Right, so whatever I'm doing to like decide where to shoot from is clearly incorrect, but it is shooting. I'm gonna change the weapon shot interval, by the way. Oh, actually, I guess this makes sense. This literally makes sense, because you are aiming at the player from the gun. Oh, I don't know how to resolve that, but whatever. Yeah, now it looks like the gun is bendy. That's really funny. Let's change the thing. That much is too much, obviously. Where are you? How about 1? Also, let's open up player. Not character. .json. Your weapon shot speed. Shot interval. You're gonna be 50. I don't think that's true. Better start believing in ghost stories. You're in one. Oh, 1 just happened to look perfect. Doesn't this kind of look better? Or am I losing it? Like, even if it's not picking up with the mouse cursor, it kind of makes sense that it's like, even though it's not with it aiming at you get what I mean? Like, the bullets aren't perfectly in line with the mouse cursor, but it makes sense because the mouse cursor is now moving faster than the gun. But the gun is always in line with the bullets, though as like a player it kind of feels intuitive. If that makes sense. Now I need to work out how to stop the player from shooting themselves. Or maybe it's chill. Maybe this is kind of silly. Don't really know how to resolve that. I guess the problem is when I'm deciding the firing position, I'm doing it from the bullet and not from the player. And maybe if it's the case that the cursor is between the gun and the player, it should invert the angle it's shooting at. If that makes sense. Because that makes sense to me. I think if the player's shooting like this, they kind of don't expect to be spraying themselves in the face with bullets. I have played a game successfully where you can shoot yourself, though. If that's something anyone wanted. There you go. It does also mean that the bullets are literally coming out of the gun, which is cool. I don't actually know how nuclear throne resolves this. I suspect it just always shoots at the cursor. This feels good. Alright, how do I check, in this case, if the cursor is between the player and this? Oh, my fucking beautiful Swedish LLM. Just check if length difference is less than the gun distance. Then do a straight A10 2 instead of the predicted aim angle. Okay. How do I know the gun distance? How am I doing that right now? This player position stuff. Predicted angle. How am I working this shit out? You're not getting it from anywhere. Hang on, it's probably just 1 point F you that you just fudged.
Yeah.
I guess so. I'll do something more intelligent than this in the future. I think Chris is DMing me. Can I just do this? You're angry because you're a const? No, I mean, can I just do this maybe? That's not it. Think about what it would mean. Good point. If the difference is less than equal to the vector of 1.f, 1.f, hang on, let's see this. Chris, I'm done hot chocky. Okay, I'll be like 5 to 10 mins, if that's okay. Just resolving one thing. Hang on a moment. I need to actually draw a line, right? Less than the gun distance, and then do a straight A10 too. How does difference work? I mean, hang on, difference is 2 positions, and it minuses them from each other, right? In this sense? It's minusing the target from our current position. This minus our current position. How does that work if you're in, like, the other way? How does the maths work here? Length difference. Oh! Hang on. I mean this. Is that how I get the absolute here? It's not that? Literally length difference. What? Is length like the absolute? Length is just 2. Oh, dot length in this case because it's a vec 2 and it has 2 elements. Is that what length is here? Yeah, okay. And this value is square root dot product QQ. Okay, oh, this is the square root of the dot product. Okay. I don't know what to do if it's equals. Don't ask, don't at me. That is a nice ligature. Ooh. You I can change to just angle, I think. And you aren't player's position, you are gun position. Which I guess is this. So you are this. So oh. Didn't show up on stream, how that would work. I don't know how it works. I'm guessing whatever I'm using to render to the screen is not the same thing that you're seeing in your side. Is Twitch still IRC? Or no? Hang on, what were we doing before we were doing all this angled bullshit? We weren't doing get predicted aim angle, right? We were just doing the A10. Hang on a moment, am I being really stupid here? Start position was not this whole angled vector thing. Like you just don't change this, right? And then angle is just A10 to... I just want to check, how was I doing this in the past? Because we might as well just see what we were doing, right? Is this the file I was looking at? Yeah, okay. Target position equals local player dot get mouse position. So that's this. This isn't it. Oh, it's new is on the right. I'm losing my mind. Hang on a moment. Get player dot get mouse position. So this is the same. Get draw position. Really? That seems suspicious. Wait, what are you doing? Do the same thing, but don't recalculate, override the angle. Don't recalculate and override the angle. Don't recalculate and override the angle. What do you mean? I was just going to do what I was doing in the past, which was to shoot from the player. Which I'm guessing is this. I think. Right. Still shoot from the gun, just straight away from the player. Yeah, I want the start position to be the same, I guess. Instead of the angle being... from the start position, I want this to be from... Well, I guess I should keep this. Something like this. Get me out of here. So if we're away, if we're distant from the gun and the player, we want to start from the gun's position. I mean, we'll calculate the angle based on the gun. Oh, you already have it calculated from the ATAN above. I'm still got the ATAN above? Oh, you're right. So you can invert the check and only calculate it if it's further. Correct, actually. Yeah, that's dead on. Let's just go with larger then. If it's equal to, like, good fucking work, you're gonna shoot yourself. We can try and work that out, actually, if we can do that. Let's have a look. So we're saying the distance is some hard-coded value of 1f. Maybe this is not hard-coded in the future. Let's make it 0.8, actually, just to be silly. Start position is currently the player. The difference is the difference between the mouse and the player. The angle is ideally the angle pointing there between those two positions. The gun position is based on where we are now with the player's position plus get angled vector at a distance of the gun distance, and the angle is the angle to the mouse cursor. And then if it just so happens that the mouse cursor is further than the gun, we actually want to shoot bullets starting from... No, we always want to shoot from the gun, don't we? I think we always want to shoot from the gun, don't we? But we just don't need to recalculate the angle. Yeah, the gun angle thing is... The gun thing is silly. This looks normal, and now from the inside, also normal. And like, this is to be expected, like when you cross over the player's boundary, fine. Now that looks fucking great, and you're no longer shooting yourself in the head. In fact, I don't know if it's possible to shoot yourself if you just were to like go back and forth here. Maybe you'd sometimes see a bullet go backwards. I don't know. And now it's more like the cursor is a suggestion of where to fire rather than exactly where you're firing, which is completely different to how it was before, right? The bullet would always go exactly where you're aiming, which is still secretly the case, but now it's looks like it's firing from something. I'm a bit biased to be safe. We'll leave it for now. If we encounter... Oh, what was that? I'm gonna say if we encounter problems, we can change it. Oh, this is... If I'm moving to the right... Oh, that's weird. Yeah, there seems to be ways to, like, shoot yourself. Still. This is where I think the physics is still a little off. There's your problem. Yeah. It's weird that it's inconsistent with how often it shoots yourself. Something's not being updated as often as it should. Add a bit of bias. Bit of bias. The gun distance... times 0.5 or something? Does that make sense? I'm gonna have to go to bed soon, by the way. I've been called. That's not working. You can shoot yourself a little bit. What about if it's times 2? Okay, that seems to have fixed it. Probably because using transform to position instead of just adding to start position. Whatever I've done here seems to have helped. At least it's harder to shoot yourself. Oh. I'm just using start position. What do you mean? Where am I using transformed position? I've actually even like a little tiny bit. But this is start position. What do you mean using start position within this? This. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Oh, did I do plus? Alright, Dither's no longer shooting herself. Why exactly does that offset need to be so small? Was my mouse cursor really just that close? It felt very easy to consistently do. Anyway, this feels kind of intuitive now. Does it? Something's wrong, but it's not. Like, there's something off. If you stare at it too long, something feels wrong. Like, if you just move left and right, it feels weird that the bullets are, like, doing this. But I don't know what to do. Maybe I angle the gun somehow based on the distance from the player and the predicted angle if you step out a bit. I don't fucking know. I don't care. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. We'll think more about this shit in the future. It's a kind of irrelevant. This is tweaking. Yeah, this is sick. What an awesome bit of work. Thanks for the help. Oh, does the cursor? Oh, the cursor gets bigger and smaller as the map zooms out. I don't know if that should be the case. No, actually, don't stop. Right, just this one thing. That's a scale. Let's just see if this looks better. It's part of the HUD after all. You could just back on adding velocity unconditionally, but multiply it by a fudge factor. Yeah. Alright, now the cursor no longer updates with the screen zoom. Which may make sense when the cursor is no longer like a fucking bullet sprite, but instead actually like a cursor. Because you won't actually be zooming out this far in the real game. In fact, I don't think the player would really have zoom out functionality at all. I don't really know what I'm doing with that yet. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe a world map. Yeah, maybe. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna go. It's gone too long. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. I'll see you guys next time. Good night. Bye-bye. Good work. Thumbs up. Yeah.